Hey everyone, Rob Orgel with Emergency Response Tactical, here for Spartan Armor Systems. In this video, we're going to look at threat protection and what Spartan armor might suit you best for your ballistic needs. Now a little bit about my background. I spent 10 years in the Marine Corps. I served in Iraq and Afghanistan as an infantry rifleman. After that, I became a combat instructor. Leaving the Marine Corps in 2014, I became a private military contractor, again serving 4 more years in Baghdad, Iraq. There, my primary responsibility was to teach firearms handling. When I hung that kit for the last time, I returned stateside to train basic and advanced firearms manipulation from first-time users to advanced law enforcement and private military contractors. Today, we're going to look at a few different items and understand what we need, how we need to use it, and what can apply to us when purchasing or setting up our body armor. So selecting the correct threat level for you. Let's break it down into 4 categories. You've got 3 Alpha. 3 Alpha is known to be a little bit malleable, very low profile, and very lightweight. Now this is going to stop pistol caliber situations, all the way up to 44 Magnum. Stepping into level 3, now you're talking about rifle situations, my ability to stop a 308 or a 223. 3 plus, you're talking about specific armor-piercing type rounds like the M855. Now moving into 4, you're talking about Magnum caliber rifles as well as specific armor-piercing bullets. Now which one is going to be right for you is going to be dictated by the enemy threat level. And what that means is if you live in a rural area and there are people robbing houses with pistols, 3A might cover all of your needs. However, if you're looking at a more strenuous situation with a more heavily armed enemy, or perhaps a more well-funded enemy, now you might need to consider some of those harder SAPI plates, small arms protective inserts, such as the 3s, 3 plus, and 4s. So understanding your local enemy threat, that might mean you can get away with sticking with the 3 Alpha. But if you're up against rifled enemies that are breaking into homes with AR-15s or AK-47s, you really ought to consider at least the level 3. Now, if they have access to armor-piercing rounds or M855 is readily available in your area, 3 plus or 4 should be a heavy consideration for you. So unlike military operations overseas, where we get a full mission briefing on what the enemy has access to, what reinforcements they have, and what equipment they might have, we don't get that in the civilian sense. So it might be a good idea for you to study the enemy tactic, techniques, and procedures. Find out in your local area via multiple websites or local law enforcement what is typically happening. What are those tactics, techniques, and procedures? Are they breaking in empty-handed with knives, with guns, with assault rifles, AR-15s, AKs? This is often accessible information to our fingertips via the internet. However, if we don't put that to work, we cannot mentally and ballistically prepare ourselves for that threat. Studying this information can help you select the correct Spartan armor that's right for your situation given that local environment. So next, let's talk about the situation you're preparing for. This can help us ballistically prepare and select the right carrier. If you're going to work every day in this equipment, it might need to be something low profile. If you're doing some larger scale operations, whether it be range operations, or you're being paid security, now you can have a plate carrier that's exposed, people can know about it, and you're not going to get those funny looks that you might if you're in the grocery store. This will help you decide which kit is going to be right for you. So let's break it down into 2 main categories. Everyday carry, which is you blending in with the local populace, and that probably means something like 3A. This way you've got a carrier that nobody can see, you can do all of the operations you need to while staying clandestine. However, when you step over to the military side of operations, you gain a lot of things. 1, the ballistic protection of exposed carrier, which means thicker plates with better stopping power. In addition, you gain access to all the equipment that you might need. Multiple magazines, flashlights, many more things that might become very beneficial in a prolonged gunfight. So when selecting this kit, you also need to keep in mind the duration of your operation. And that might mean you need a lighter weight, more comfortable kit. That might mean you need a heavier, more capable kit, depending upon your specific mission needs. Any way you cut it, you're going to need to do some training in your kit. In later videos, we're going to talk about some of the things you can do, whether at home, at the range, or even in the gym. Things you can do to prepare yourself for your emergency situation.